This year, with more people than ever wanting our help each week, we're going to be doubling our efforts.
Hitting one area from two very different directions. 2 sets of house hunters, 2 different budgets, 2 different briefs.
I'm scared.
By anyone's maths, it's going to be 2 times the struggle.
OK, I'm going to have a quick look upstairs. Stay there. Don't say a word.
Oh dear, I'm in trouble now.
If you're looking for a great place to raise your family, then Surrey ticks all the boxes. Sadly, though, Surrey's no secret.
This week, we're trying to help 2 couples desperate to buy in Guildford and Godalming, but struggling to stay ahead of the pack.
So we're targeting these 2 property hotspots bang in the centre of salubrious Surrey.
If you're looking for prime commuter belt out of the capital, these 2 towns don't get much better.
With our area sorted, all we need is our house hunters.
First up, a technical director, Ben Jones, and HR manager, Sophie Wood, a couple running out of time.
Sophie's expecting their first child in 12 weeks, and they're desperate to swap the grime and stress of the capital for a more family-friendly life amongst cafes and countryside in their dream location of Godalming.
Trouble is, great schools, fast train links to London and property bling make Godalming one of the prime hotspots in the country.
Even with their budget of £480,000, in the 8 months Ben and Sophie have been looking, they've only managed to see a meagre 5 properties.
The GU7 postcode, so central Godalming, it's kind of the first port of call for people in your situation looking for a change of scene, get out of London.
I really did think we were the original coming out of here, and naively. Unfortunately, everyone else is doing exactly the same, especially for mothers-to-be. It seems as though there's a lot of prams walking around. There's probably more prams than there are cars in Godalming. Very competitive.
Yeah, and that's why we're here 8 months down the road, not having found anywhere. But we've kind of got our heart set on it, I suppose, and it's somewhere we want to live.
I think the market is against us, but I think we'll have to kind of roll with the punches a bit.
Yeah,
because there might be a few. Okay. I'm on the money this week, taking control of Ben and Sophie's search. They've got 480 grand to spend on a 3-bedroom character property to which they can do work and add value.
Our second set of desperados, IT consultant Glenn Peters and dance teacher Rachel Ross, have got a smaller budget of £250,000 and want a house in the more affordable city of nearby Guildford. Phil may have a bigger budget with Ben and Sophie, but my search with Glenn and Rachel is going to be just as interesting. 8 months ago, they sold their Croydon flat and moved in with their respective folks 150 miles apart while they tried to look for a house in Guildford.
But with these 2 living so far from their search area, house hunting has become impossible.
After all this time, they're still only seeing each other at weekends. In short, they're desperate.
If you were going to list your priorities, what would be the number one thing which is most important to you?
Somewhere fairly quiet. It doesn't have to be really remote, but not on a really busy road with lots of traffic noise, because we lived in the centre of Croydon. It was very noisy there, so I don't want to be in the same position.
Yeah. Well, that's something I completely sympathise with. Is there anything else you think I need to know about?
Well, we plan to get married next year.
So have you set the date?
Not yet, still waiting.
So are you?
Settle first.
So you want to find the house before you set the date. So basically, there's no pressure on me then. Your life's happiness does not rely on me in any way.
We'd never do that to you.
No, clearly not.
Well, I wouldn't book the church just yet. This search is going to be tough.
For the maximum budget of £250,000, they want period charm, 2 bedrooms and an upstairs bathroom is a must.
So one couple desperate to be reunited and one couple with their first child only weeks away. Nothing like an easy life, eh? No, I don't want you getting all misty-eyed this week, all romantic. Oh. You've got long-distance lovers. I know you love a bit of romance. No, I think my challenge is the market.
Your challenge is Godalming.
Yeah.
My challenge is the fact that they've been looking for 8 months. They found nothing. The market's gone up in that time, and they are desperate to live together.
With 2 tough searches to crack, we're going to have to put our heads together and use every bit of our property know-how.
I'll bet you any money that's on a busy road. Look, they've kind of hidden it so you won't be able to see the double yellow lines.
Yeah, you're right. I'm going to take charge of Ben and Sophie's search in Godalming,
while I focus on Glenn and Rachel's hunt for a house in Guildford. thing is, in the 8 months both couples have been looking, house prices have shot up in Guildford by 12%. And because there's a serious shortage of properties in Godalming, prices have rocketed by a massive 22%. And that's not the worst of it.
My clients have got a budget of sort of 480,000 there or thereabouts. How many people on your applicant list might be in a similar situation?
I would have said if we took a quick glimpse at it, it would be something like 150 people probably in that same price bracket in a position to move.
All in a position to move?
In a position to move.
Living in rented or their first-time buyers?
Correct, or under offer.
And that's just one agent's books. This is a market moving faster than the thirsty Phil at closing time.
It's under offer already. Well, I've only just picked up the details this morning. We've been hard at it on both searches and drawn up 2 shortlists. Problem is, they're exactly that. Very short. I've got a lot more work to do. When's it coming onto the market? This afternoon. Well, yeah, I'm here right now.
Looks like you've got your work cut out in Godalming. Happy to leave you to it. I'm heading just down the road with Rachel and Glenn to our first house in Guildford. They've been looking for 8 months now with no success. I reckon they're not being clear about what they want. There has to be something wrong. Time to get strict with my house rules.
It's me. You don't have to be polite. I'm not the estate agent. You can say it as it is. So politeness...
Out the window.
Out the window. Somehow I'm not sure you two are capable of that. But...
Don't worry, Kirstie. If anyone can stop them being polite, it'll be you. This 3-bedroom neo-Georgian house has all the space they've asked for. Plus, it's got the traditional layout that Glenn likes.
Granted, it lacks some of the period charm that Rachel wanted, but at just under £250,000 for this amount of space in this location, I think it's a brilliant buy.
Out of the cold. Now we've got kitchen on our left,
Right.
and main sitting room.
Okay.
Size-wise, what do you think?
Yeah, it's not bad size, is it?
Yeah.
It could be rearranged much, much, much better. It's actually a really good sized room. And again, if you look up, look from one end of the room to the other on the ceiling, and that really shows you what a big space it is. I have a feeling, Rachel, that if this room were in a Victorian house, you would be more enthusiastic about its size.
Yes, probably.
What this house is trying to do, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, is fight against your feelings architecturally.
Yeah, I think I just missed the focus of having a fireplace.
Yes.
I reckon they're looking past the potential here. These guys could easily put in the period charm thereafter, and the space is fantastic. It's certainly got Kirstie hopping up and down.
Pop and have a look at the kitchen, you two.
Okay. Yeah, that's best.
It's a great house. I want to see that.
It's spacious and yeah, it's light.
See, it's a good sized kitchen, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Right. Now, again, this garden is bigger than it might seem at first.
Rachel was after a big sunny garden, and this doesn't disappoint, but will it be enough to put the house in a more positive light?
Give this house points out of 10.
7.
I was thinking 7 as well.
Go and have a look upstairs, and I will be very surprised if you don't come downstairs and give it a bigger score, because the house you buy has got to be a 9.
Okay. That's what we're aiming for.
Okay.
I thought 7 was quite good.
Oh, you thought 7 was good? Okie doke. Well, I'm looking for a 9.
Well, we'd get my
it's
clothes
enough
would
to,
fit, but not yours.
Rachel's bagging the wardrobe space already. A girl after my own heart.
There's a built-in wardrobe and another wardrobe here, so we could probably fit a
Got
third
lots of
wardrobe
space,
in. So we have
haven't you?
got lots of space here.
So, does the amount of upstairs space this house has add to its score?
I think so, definitely.
Creeping up towards an 8.
No, we'd say an 8, definitely.
Right, onwards.
Not the 9 I was after. I'm finding it difficult to read these two.
Their good manners is blocking their real feelings. And without their real feelings, it's hard for me to develop the search.
If you ever find yourself house hunting at a market like this, you've got to be massively proactive. Over the last few days, aside from using just the estate agents, I've put 300 of these leaflets through people's doors. I've checked out local auction houses, private sale ads, builders, developers, the works. I've left absolutely no stone unturned. I only need one bit of luck, and I'm determined to find it.
What's next for you, Phil? Pizza delivery?
Watch it. Fortunately, we don't need to find out, because I've hit the property bullseye with a storming house right where Ben and Sophie want to be in central Godalming.
And since I'm waiting for a few contacts to get back to me, I may as well head up the road to keep an eye on you.
It is very, very new to the market. It wasn't on the market, and it's owned by a friend of the estate agent I've been dealing with. And we managed to persuade her that it should go on the market, and their friends have kindly put it on the market. Immediate weakness is obviously the busy road. We were hoping that that was in some way made up for the fact by it's set back from the road and you've got 2 parking spots.
At the end of the day, it comes down to the noise inside the house.
Yeah.
Well, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Really?
Because I'm a bit of a noise freak. Phil will.
So am I.
Yeah, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Let's get in.
Cool.
Yeah, have a listen.
This house has got tons of the character Ben and Sophie are craving, and more space than an episode of Star Trek. Open plan living, 3 bedrooms and a large garden. It's got everything they've asked for.
The only downside is the road, but that's more than made up for by the price. And believe me, for £425,000, it's not going to hang around for long.
Straight in.
It's really nice.
It feels like a well-loved family home, and I don't mean that like it's tatty. It's not. It's immaculate.
No,
It really is
really
immaculate.
immaculate.
It seems to be
Absolutely.
finished really nicely.
An important question though, can you hear the road?
No, which is surprising because I thought we would, because that's a main road.
It's on the market at 425 grand, which we think's very, very sensible.
Yeah,
I suppose it's so central, isn't it? You would expect potentially something higher than that because of the
it's the
location.
main road, which
The main road will hold it back a
Yeah.
bit. They've fallen for the space and decor downstairs, but we're not out of the woods with the road noise just yet.
You can hear the traffic in the front, but I don't think you can hear it as much.
well, shush. Can a little bit, can you? And I don't know how much that would annoy me.
Listen, it's a great house. If they don't want it, they don't want it.
Well, we've got other great houses, but I think we've had a very positive start.
Yeah, it has been a really positive start, but I have to say, I want to get back to Glenn and Rachel. You know, I'm dealing with a couple who've been looking for 8 months, currently can't live together, and have got a maximum budget of £250.
Okay.
They'd bust something if they saw this.
Upstairs, things are still in the balance with Ben.
I do like it. It seems a bit like Sophie and Ben,
I think it's got a really nice feel to it, I have to say. It does feel quite homely.
but it is done.
And I know
It's
they live...
baby ready.
Yeah.
Talking of children,
Go on.
Game football.
Yeah,
Sorry.
have to keep small children constantly entertained.
Yeah, feel free. You can carry on.
All that to learn.
What do you reckon?
We like it. The only thing is it's been done.
I suppose it would be nice to be able to come in and do a little bit to a property, but we wouldn't need to in this. It's a ready-made home, which has lots of positives.
Are you saying that because you actually want to make your own stamp, as in design stamp on somewhere, or is it that you want to add value to somewhere?
Bit of both, really.
Playing devil's advocate here, but equally, in the situation you are 3 months due, you're going to need somewhere that you can move into and enjoy living in, because the reality is you're not going to be doing anything for a year.
No, and which we could do here, happily.
Yeah, it's certainly a ready-made house.
Yeah.
So, is it still in the melting pot?
Definitely.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
with Ben and Sophie's search off to a good start, I've got to stop neglecting my babies Glenn and Rachel. I'm heading back to see if I can do just as well for them. Rachel dismissed the last house because it lacked period charm. Well, our next property has it in spades, and it's in a prime location near Godalming. With 2 lovely reception rooms, 2 sunny bedrooms, and the upstairs bathroom Rachel's after, I can't believe I've found them. This Victorian terrace for under £240,000. But at this price, it's going to be snapped up.
Lots of period charm.
Lots of
What
character.
you're after, Rachel.
I do like the sort of the cottagey feel, the old style cottagey feel to the
Yeah,
to the
it's
place.
really homely, isn't
quite
it?
cosy.
We've not actually seen anywhere quite like
Yeah.
this with this much character, have we?
Yeah.
So that's really nice.
We've been in here 11 seconds. First impressions?
It's a good 11, very good 11 seconds, really,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. As
Got more of a wow factor because of the character.
Yes, definitely.
I want you to have a look around here, Glenn. Just by yourself. I'm going to take Miss Excitement over there, upstairs. Right, Rachel, now up here, we've got
Your master bedroom, obviously, big room, lovely and sunny.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
There's not a downstairs bathroom, which is, frankly, a miracle in a house. It is a miracle. But both bathrooms are off a bedroom.
It's more downstairs bathrooms, I suppose, that I'm not keen on if it's the only bathroom in the house. I don't think this would be so much of a problem where there is one off each room.
Are you still as keen having seen upstairs?
To be honest, I'm thinking now more about the space, and there's not as much space, so practically to live in it, a little bit iffy now, but I still do love the character and the charm of it, so that kind of tears me in two, really.
Poor Rachel. She was so positive at the beginning.
It's got some lovely views out here, hasn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure overall whether practically it's going to be big enough.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about the size.
It's not really.
That's what I'm really looking at.
It won't really grow with us.
You know, do we want to buy a house for now and move in a few years' time?
I don't really want to.
Right.
This is going to be an extraordinary dilemma for these two, and I don't want to create a drama or a dilemma or divide and rule like I usually do. I just want to hold their hand and make sure that they're happy with the decision they've made.
It's a tough one, but the harsh reality is $250,000 doesn't buy them a house they can grow into around here. I'm afraid they're going to have to be flexible.
Right. OK, guys. What do you think?
We need to think about, you know, what our strategy would be, whether it'd be better to buy somewhere now and possibly make some money on it in a couple of years' time and sell up again, or do we want to be somewhere where, you know, we can settle there for quite some time and not having to worry about sort of overgrowing the space.
That is the dilemma. That's the problem. On your budget, we can't get you the character you want for the size that you need.
No.
So the decision is, do you look medium term or long term?
Right.
Yeah. And that's what we need to make our decision on.
Onwards.
If they are willing to compromise, I've got just the ticket. Aldershot. It's only 10 miles west of Guildford, and they'll definitely get more for their money here.
As an army town, Aldershot's reputation has put buyers off in the past. But the military are playing the last post and moving out, and the money's moving in. £40 million of investment is being pumped into the local infrastructure. There's a massive drive to turn this town around.
No wonder it's been tipped as one of the top 5 places to invest in the UK. I think this could be the perfect spot for Rachel and Glenn, so I'm joining them to give Aldershot the big push. What are your initial thoughts of being in Aldershot?
Yeah, it's not an area we'd sort of hope to move to, but it's something we would consider.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard about Aldershot, we didn't know too much about it.
There's going to be a ripple effect. If you think how expensive Guildford and Godalming have become, where are they going to ripple into?
Yes.
Right.
Aldershot makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're not totally anti it.
No, they're worth having a look and take your
That's the
advice.
attitude I like to see. That's a nice positive attitude. OK, well, let's get in there.
Okay.
Taking Glenn and Rachel out of their area means we can deliver the character features and space they're after at a budget they can afford.
Currently rented out, this former coaching inn has been on the market a week, but already there's an offer. I'm not surprised. At $234,950, it's a steal.
Coming into the sitting room.
Yes, I like it.
I like you. I like you. That is what I like. Did you hear that, Phil?
Yes, I did.
Yes, I like it. No mucking about.
Glenn, what's your preference between modern and period sort of decor and style?
I don't actually have a major preference between them. I mean, I like the sort of the clean lines of the modern style, but I also like the period features.
Okay.
So I don't really have a big
Well, I mean, therefore this house could work because it is modern and
Yes.
Yes,
clean
absolutely.
inside,
Best
but
of
actually
both.
it's a very old building. It's not
Yeah.
an old house, it's an old
Yeah.
building. Now, out here is the back garden. There's a front courtyard where the table and chairs are.
Right.
But you've also got this as well. And I know the garden was something you were quite keen to
Yes, it
ensure
was.
that you had.
So it's a little bit small, but it's enough space to sit outside, have a barbecue.
So are you property focused or are you location focused?
I think we are both location focused.
Okay.
To be honest.
So I read from that, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you would compromise on the property in order to get the right location.
Yes, I think we would. Yeah, we've definitely got to the point
Okay.
where we would.
Right, I hope you mean that, because up till now, compromise hasn't really been an option. And don't forget, you are desperate.
Aldershot could be a great long-term investment. Something these two need to think seriously about, having been out of a spiralling property market for the last 8 months. Right, it doesn't have the wow, and in order for them to buy an Aldershot, they were looking for a big wow factor.
They're not going to get the wow on their budget anywhere in this neck of the woods. It's Ben and Sophie that get the wow. That's just life.
This isn't right.
It's really nice.
It really is just the location, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if it was in
yeah.
Guildford, I'd buy it immediately or want to.
Yes.
Another one in the no pile.
Ben and Sophie only have eyes for Godalming, but in a town that consists of just over 9,000 properties, finding a house that matches their criteria and is on the market is virtually impossible.
So we're pushing their geographical boundaries as well. This time we're heading out of their comfort zone in the direction of Chiddingfold. It's 6 miles south of Godalming and still a very sought-after spot. This property is on at $525,000, but I've had a word with the agent and it sounds like a deal could be done. Some people really love open plan living. I mean, I think it's great for young families. So some people, it doesn't suit quite so well. What do you think?
I'm not sure about it. It is very open, this one. The only problem about having an open plan with children is the fact that there isn't any chance to hide away, I suppose.
For you or for them?
For us.
This house exceeds their requirements with a sunny playroom, 4 lovely bedrooms and a garden Alan Titchmarsh would be proud of.
So while Ben has a butcher's outside, I'm heading upstairs with Sophie. With only 12 weeks till the baby arrives, this house is the easy option. That's if she can get her head around village life.
Oh, that's really nice.
So what are your sort of maternal instincts saying about this?
I could nest here, I think. You know, it is a really nice house.
Does village life worry you?
I don't think it worries me. I just like to know that there is something out there, that I'm not, you know, completely isolated, I suppose.
I think Sophie could be persuaded, but what about Ben?
Hello.
Hello. Peaceful, isn't it?
It's amazingly peaceful.
Yeah.
Amazingly.
If Sophie was comfortable in this house and in this area, it would get the vote from you, wouldn't it?
I don't know. It's a weird one. I feel quite removed from civilization, and I don't know how comfortable I am now I'm here, which is really strange for me to be saying.
I wish you hadn't said it.
It's such a great house, but I've heard it said that location is everything.
I think it's a house which is perfect in Godalming, but not so much here, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I really like it. I think the house is lovely, but you're right, it needs almost to be lifted and put in Godalming, I think. I don't know Chiddingfold enough. I don't want to make a rash decision about it, but I'm not sure that it's the location.
Seen enough?
We have?
Yeah.
Yes.
Liked it.
Nice house.
Yeah.
If it was in Godalming, it would be even better.
I've got one more bit of information for you, and it...
Price?
Yes.
Yes.
It's on the market at $525,000.
Yep.
I would not say this is worth a penny more than 500.
Okay, so it's again top of the budget.
It's way top of the
It's in
budget.
Chiddingfold.
Just over the top of the budget, actually,
Yeah.
if my sums are correct.
Yeah, and it's in Chiddingfold.
Yeah.
So maybe it's back
Do you
to
want to say that
Godalming.
again? And it's in Chiddingfold.
And it's in Chiddingfold, yeah, I realise that.
So, Godalming it is.
So twice we've tried to sway our house hunters to stretch their search area, and twice we've been shot down in flames. But options are tight.
It's a pity because it did look right up their street.
We've reached the end of our shortlist and our tethers. Even the weather's turned against us. This is absolute madness. I haven't seen a market like this for years.
I keep on saying, well, bear us in mind. Well, thank you for your help, bear us in mind.
You're being very nice to them all.
I know, but I'm getting a bit sick of it, I have to say, and it's not their fault. And you know, they're just as miserable. Careful. There's enough to take us down without you actually falling over.
Ben and Sophie didn't want to venture out of their comfort zone, so for our next property, we're heading back towards Godalming. With its fantastic schools and idyllic lifestyle, this is a popular place for families. No wonder these guys want to settle here. Well, here's the next one I lined up. What do you make of that?
Yeah, it looks very nice to me outside.
This detached cottage has got more than its fair share of wow. Owned by an interior designer, it's finished off to a T. There's plenty of reception space, 3 double bedrooms, a big garden and a garage.
This cottage is fresh on at $485,000, but as expected, there's a lot of serious interest already. So I wouldn't be surprised in this market if it went to sealed bids. It's on the market at 485 grand. So really at the top of your budget. And since I viewed it just a few days ago, there's been 14 other viewings.
14 viewings.
Not doing too badly then, are they?
And that gives you an indication of the state of the market. Yeah. It's stunning.
It is stunning.
It is done really
Absolutely
nicely.
lovely. I mean,
through to the kitchen.
It's not the kitchen breakfast room, but it's still quite a nice room.
Kitchen aside, properties like this don't come up very often in Godalming, and after 8 months of banging their heads against a wall, this place must feel like a breath of fresh air.
And the main bedroom, double aspect.
Oh, really nice.
Yeah.
The storage is fantastic. It's beautifully done.
I just can't believe you found these kind of properties, because we've been looking for such a long time.
I love it. I think it would suit you brilliantly.
Yeah.
But I know that, you know, you had wanted to put your stamp somewhere.
Yeah.
Is it a negative or actually when you're faced with it and you're faced with the reality of having a family in 3 months' time, is it a positive?
For me, when you see something like this, it's a positive. Just purely short term, I'd be so proud to be able to open the door to my parents and my friends and say, come into my house, here, without a doubt. And that's a huge positive.
They're falling for this cottage, but if my suspicions are confirmed and this cottage does go to sealed bids, it'll be a sudden death finish. No negotiation, the highest bid wins. So I must make sure they keep a level head.
The only downside would be, you know, how much it might get bumped up if it went to sealed bid, and how tempted we might be to push ourselves over the limit, and how far. I suppose we need to think about how far we could do that.
Yeah, we can't. Our top budget was 480, and now it's gone 485, and then it's going to go up, and it started at 400 8 months ago, so I don't think we can find much more. And you know, I'm the last person that wants to put any pressure on you, but if you are going to go for this, we need to make decisions pretty quickly. Yeah. Well, I mean, very, very positive view, and they obviously love it. It's a stunning house. Whether they'll be able to actually buy it or not is an entirely different matter. There's a lot of interest. It will go to sealed bids. I've no idea what it'll go for, but it could be more than they can afford. I know she's having a tough time of it with Glenn and Rachel, but I could really do with some of Kirstie's help. I found an amazing house to show Ben and Sophie. It's a project, so it will be a brave step. I've asked Kirstie for some backup.
A problem shared is a problem halved, Phil. But I just hope we're doing the right thing.
Hello.
Hiya.
I ordered you the soup.
What?
I've ordered you the soup.
You should have ordered me a double vodka and tonic.
Having a happy day?
No, actually, I'm having a good day. I have to say that I think that Rachel and Glenn, you know, they're so smiley and positive and nice about everything. I think it is disguising an underlying fussiness, which I didn't pick up on in the first place, because I couldn't imagine anyone with such a desperate situation could be.
Haven't got time to be fussy.
No, exactly. Have we got time to have something to eat? Because we're going to see that amazing house.
They said it'd be quick. It's a project, and it looks fascinating, but there's people crawling all over it.
Arguably, we shouldn't show it to them.
We've got to show it to them. We cannot not show it to them. Ben has been talking about wanting a project, adding value most of the time. I reckon I've hit the nail on the head with this house. It's the renovation project Ben's been banging on about, and it's in Godalming exactly where they wanted it to be. Time to see whether Ben's all mouth and no overalls. Now, knowing that particularly you, Ben, can't quite get a project out of your mind, the next house, which is this one, really is a project. But it does need a complete renovation.
I'm scared. I've always wanted a renovation project, and then you said it's a full renovation project, and it's maybe.
Don't tell me you're backing out now. This is such a rare opportunity. A detached house with heaps of space inside and out. But its potential is no secret. There's house hunters and developers crawling all over it. It's bound to go for more than 450,000. With 31 viewings and 4 offers already, it's going to sealed bids in a week.
Come in, see what you think. Big reception here. It's got everything to do. Yeah. Structurally, I think the property's excellent, but it needs wiring, plumbing, redecorating.
It's retro, isn't it? It's the wallpaper you like, though, Soph.
Yeah, that's my favourite.
What we've got here is 2 rooms. Reception room and kitchen. I think it is essential to knock them through.
Yes.
Yeah, potentially not something for Ben to undertake.
No, Kirstie will do it.
Okay, good.
Could you and would you live through the work? Could you buy it and afford to rent somewhere else if you didn't want to live through the work?
And invest in doing the work.
And have we got a realistic chance of actually getting it anyway?
Let us worry about that.
That's
You
your
concentrate
challenge.
on exactly.
My feeling is on this house is think about the other house, decide of the other houses which you want, make an offer on it, proceed with it, put in your top possible offer next Friday when it comes to sealed bids, and if you get it, pull out of the other house that you're buying.
You allowed to do that?
There's no rules against it.
Stop you doing it, can they?
What you're doing is
You're-
hedging your bets. Some people would think it was morally a bit dodgy, but my feeling is that you have to worry about you and your baby. Yes, if you got this and you'd made an offer on something else and you pulled out, it's going to really upset those people. Someone's week is going to be wrecked.
But then again,
But if
there's
we
the
lost-
there's the amount of people going for this house or the other house anyway. They're not going to lose out, I suppose, in this
It's a
market.
very aggressive marketplace and people are using all sorts of tricks.
Sometimes when the market's against you, you have to play hardball.
Because the garden not only is the biggest garden that we've seen, it also looks straight out onto the playing fields.
Absolutely amazing.
I think it's from back here you really get a perspective of quite how much space around the property there is.
Yeah, it has got a real sense of space out here.
It's the most excited I've been, though, of all the houses.
Well, we're back right in Godalming where you wanted to be, and it's a project.
I reckon there's a 75% chance you're going to be disappointed on this one.
Yeah.
Go and have a look upstairs. Get a feel for it. Get a feel for how you'd have to live if you moved in and had to wait 2 or 3 years to save up the money to do the work.
Yeah.
Taking on a house like this is such a huge commitment, especially with the birth of their baby only 12 weeks away.
It's big.
That's the good thing about these older houses. We've got,
They are so
Large
large
rooms.
rooms. Yeah, they're really large rooms.
when you start
Christ.
to think about
Living
here, you realise how much work.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know whether he's going to get a bonus this year, but he'd need it buying this. It'll go for all of their money. Absolutely had to show it to them. It's just where they wanted to live. It's a detached house with opportunity. He's been banging on about having a project. I was not going to ignore it.
I bang on about things all the time and you ignore me.
That's because it's constant.
I really like the potential of the house. I really do. I mean, but the work is, there's so much work.
You look everywhere, everything needs doing.
Yeah, this is my reality check, I suppose.
The reality is that it's definitely going to sealed bids in a week, and with such interest from every corner, there's no guarantee they'll get it.
The good news is they've liked 2 other houses as well, so at least we've got options.
While I'm with Ben and Sophie, I get a call from an agent with a hot tip about a new property for Glenn and Rachel in Guildford. With me in Godalming helping Phil out and nighttime creeping up, I don't want us to miss our chance on this one, so I'm sending Glenn and Rachel off to view it on their own. I've seen the brochure and I've got a few reservations. I just hope I can trust them.
Oh, this is lovely. I love the fireplace, all these sort of period features.
Yes,
what do you think?
So it's good that, you know, it's still got the style that we like.
This house may be beautifully finished inside, but the rooms are smaller than the other houses we've seen, and that's not the only compromise.
Its downstairs bathroom and position sandwiched between 2 busy roads make me feel uneasy about its budget-busting price tag of $267,950. But Rachel and Glenn are desperate, and in this market it's important that they see everything possible.
Okay, so this is the second bedroom.
Yeah, it's a good size for
Yeah, really
a
good
second bedroom.
size. But overall, the house inside is just gorgeous.
It
isn't
is, it is. I can't fault it. Can't fault it at all.
It is well presented, but they could create this look in any of the houses we've seen.
Oh, wow.
That's nice.
Some
That's
lovely views onto the River Way, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really beautiful. Just a little bit noisy though. There's lots of traffic.
It is.
With the A3 virtually at the bottom of the garden, it's certainly not the mousy, quiet location Rachel was after.
Next morning, I'm straight over to meet Glenn and Rachel at the mid-terrace in Guildford they fell for last night. This is the only house they want to revisit, so I can't wait to see what all the fuss is about. You two. You have fallen for the lifestyle!
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. Yeah, I knew that was coming.
It's lovely. I cannot blame you. I totally cannot blame you. But you two can do this to something else, which is bigger. You've got it in you. You have got it in you. I know you have got it in you to do this yourselves.
I'm going to have a quick look upstairs. Stay there. Don't say a word.
Come on, Kirstie, you found the house they love. Calm down.
Oh dear, we're in trouble now.
Rachel?
Yes?
You are in
Hello.
so much trouble, young lady.
Yeah, I know.
What is that?
I know. That's...
It's the A3.
I know.
Where's the bathroom?
It's downstairs. That's the other issue.
You
So it has gone against
This
everything.
is a house sandwiched between the A3 and the Stoughton Road with a downstairs bathroom and 2 bedrooms.
Yes, it is.
These guys have been blinded by the decor, and for once in my life I'm speechless. They've picked a house which goes against everything they've talked about. Of course it's their decision, but I'm here to make sure they make the right choice, and I don't think this is.
These things, these lovely details, which are so winning, are going. And you could buy this house and you could come in the front door and you could find that all that you had was the carpet and the white walls.
I'm genuinely confused. Now I've got sort of quite mixed feelings.
I understand where Kirstie's coming from.
But do you feel confused as well? Yes, 'cause you're not
yes.
saying no.
No, but Glenn, whenever I've had conversations with Glenn, he does want to start all your life together. If he sees any house which is appeals, he's going to say, yeah, this one, come on, Rich, let's it, move in, let's set the date for the wedding. This is let's begin our life together. That's true, isn't it? You want to start your life with
Yeah,
Rachel.
absolutely. Just want to get things moving. Want to get things back on track as soon as possible.
This is the only house that has set their hearts on fire, but with their heads in a spin, Glenn and Rachel need time to decide what's best for them.
Down the road in Godalming, Ben's desperate to take a second look at the huge renovation project and get some costings together. So I've had a local builder price up the work to give them a clearer idea of what they'd be taking on. We all recognise this as a massive opportunity, but I think today is about facing up to the sort of realities, the practicalities of pulling off a project.
Yeah.
I know, you've talked about it, you've wanted to do it, you got excited about this, but we've really got to consider how you're going to pull it off.
Yeah.
Yes.
How much it really entails.
Yeah.
What's the reality
Yeah.
instead of Ben's fantasy?
Whatever floats your boat, Ben.
Well, the kitchen's the obvious starting point of any work that you're going to do, just to get things livable for you and the baby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, definitely. That's number one priority.
Yeah.
I had a builder around here earlier today. I've just spoken to him on the phone, and he said knocking through this wall would cost about 2.5 to 3 grand. You'll have quite a space to fill, which, I mean, how long's a piece of string? How much do you want to spend on a kitchen? I think you're going to spend 10, 12 grand on a kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we budgeted for about 20 to sort of bring this up to where we thought it could be a livable, nice space.
Yeah.
And that is doable, is it?
Depends on whether we got the property and for how much.
And if they got it, would they want to take on all this work?
What do you think there, matey?
Well, I still really like it, and I'm reassured that having come back and looked around, it's not as bad as I thought it was in terms of conditions. So I think, as mad as people might think I am, I think we could do it if we got it in time and we could get it up to a living standard, then I think we could do it for a while.
I think we've got fallback position with the first house. We've got the second house, which is amazing and lovely. If we get it for that, then great, but it is at the top of the market, and then you've got this house, which is the one we really want. I think it's worth it. Christ, imagine that, owning that.
But when it comes to the crunch, will they get any of them? We've shown both our house hunters the best properties we can. It's time to get down to brass tacks.
Ben and Sophie are interested in 3 of the 4 houses we've shown them in Godalming. The stunning Victorian semi, the baby-ready cottage, and the huge renovation project.
Their number 1 favourite is the renovation project, but it's not going to seal bids for another week, so we can put it to the back of our minds.
For now, our priority has to be the cottage. With another asking price offer on the table, the agents are going to seal bids at noon tomorrow, so we need to move fast to be in with a chance. Both of them. Yeah. The cottage goes to a sealed bid tomorrow. It's on the market at 485,000. There were 2 people bidding at that level. Have you thought about and agreed a figure that you want to offer? Because this is a one-shot chance. There's no negotiation. There's no going back.
497.
Okay. I'm just going to I'm going to knock that up a little bit, just so it's an odd figure in case somebody else puts 497.
Okay.
So let's say 497 300.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Waiting with bated breath.
Yes.
We'll give it our best shot, but with sealed bids, there are no guarantees.
Having had time to think about the houses they've seen, will Rachel and Glenn be any less confused?
At the end of the day, whatever I say about any house, I'm here to do what you want me to do. So, what are you thinking now?
We've had a lot to take on board, haven't we?
Yeah.
We haven't totally discounted the house that we went to see that we liked, but you've given us a lot of good advice.
I'm perfectly happy to make an offer on that house and see if we can get them to accept it. I am very good at negotiating on property, effectively, even when my heart isn't 100% in it. If I'm only saying that so that you know,
Okay.
without sounding way too touchy-feely, that I'm there for you.
Okay. I think, just now being a little bit more detached from how it all looks and being sucked in by the glamour of it, we need to sort of just sit down and discuss things.
These two have got a horrible decision to make. They may be desperate, but I really don't think they should jump into anything they'll regret later.
Next morning, Ben and Sophie drop off their sealed bid letter for the cottage.
Thank you very much.
Cool.
We've got 3 bids.
Yep.
I'll be speaking to the vendor this afternoon. They will have an answer for you this afternoon.
They've stretched their finances to the limit. All they can do now is wait.
Thank you. We look forward to hearing from you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks.
After a nail-biting wait, the news is in, and I get straight on the blower to Ben.
Go on then.
Hello, Phil. We didn't get it, no? High bidder. You're joking. Thank you very much anyway. Cheers. Bye.
You wanted me out?
Didn't get it. Didn't get it at all.
Really?
Yeah.
You must have paid loads then.
Yeah. Oh well.
Right, another week to wait then.
Yeah. Sorry, dude.
The painful thing is, they don't know how much they've lost out by. It could be a tenner or 10k.
The consolation is that 2 houses that they love, the stunning Victorian semi and the huge renovation project, are still on the market.
We're still looking okay. We're really happy with either of those, aren't we?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we were both quite realistic about how stiff the competition is here in Godalming, so fingers crossed.
Things are up in the air for Ben and Sophie, but fate has taken Glenn and Rachel in a new and unexpected direction. For once, I'm relieved that we didn't find them a house. 2 weeks after we leave them, Glenn's offered a job in Rachel's hometown, Bournemouth.
The recruitment agent just rang me out of the blue, was looking to fill a position in Bournemouth, and I thought, why not?
They're having to rent for the time being, but at least they're together in a beautiful flat close to the sea and to Rachel's family.
We're just so happy to be living together again.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. It's somewhere we can definitely see ourselves settling down and staying now for a long time. So we're really happy that we've ended up here.
Yeah.
In a roundabout way, it's all worked out for the best, I think.
It's funny how things work out. A few weeks ago, Glenn and Rachel were struggling to find their feet in Guildford. Today, they're looking forward to a new life together in Dorset.
Back in Godalming, Ben and Sophie have had some more bad news. Even though they added a whopping $40,000 to the £450,000 asking price, they've been outbid again.
With 2 houses down and these 2 under pressure to exchange, we're hoping it's third time lucky with the Victorian semi on the road. Or they may end up homeless.
They've asked me to put in an offer at the full asking price of $425,000. Well, if you keep in touch, that'd be great. Cheers. And after a short wait, I get a call from the agent and I'm straight on the blower to break the news. They've got it. You'll be in before the baby arrives, so that really is fantastic.
Ben and Sophie are in before baby Jacob arrives, but only just.
From moving into the house through to Sophie having Jacob, it was 6 days. So, yeah, it's certainly tight.
All in all, he's an absolute sweetheart.
He is a little poppet. It's been perfect.
With so much on their plate, I bet they're glad they're not living on a building site.
We are far from being disappointed about not doing the renovation project. I mean, it would have been way too much.
Especially with your DIY skills, I think, retrospectively, it's good that we're in a house that doesn't need too much doing to it.
Godalming was always where they wanted to be, and it certainly lived up to their expectations.
I feel really, really content here. We love the house, we love the location. It's perfect for me to be able to just wheel the pushchair into town. It's great.
But I think that just goes to show that hedging your bets can really pay off. By keeping calm in the face of what was a frightening property market, Ben and Sophie have not only secured a great house, they've also got it at a fantastic price. Job done.